So I did this thing the other day when I said we're going to do two things. We're going to catch you up on why we haven't had ramblings in forever and then try to give some coherence to what's moving forward. And then I did the former. And I totally did not do the latter. So here we go. Summer schedule. Or at least late May and early June schedule. I don't know. We'll see how far we get. How long I ramble for. I've had some ideas percolating in my head. If you have any ideas, give a shout. Tons of stuff coming from HH7, that hydrohegemony workshop conference that I led in London that I mentioned on the last episode. Particularly, hopefully interesting, relevant, helpful for everyone are some talking about academic hegemony and a series of kind of hegemonic traps that the world of academia and the academics tend to fall into. So these are not water specific, not Becca work specific, just general kind of critiques of academia and what it does and doesn't do well as far as circulating and helping ideas flourish and that kind of thing. So we'll talk through 3 traps: jargon, self-referential, and a third one. Oh dear. I wrote a working paper on this and I totally forgot what my third trap was. Whatever, there will be a third trap. Everyone, sit on the edge of your seats. See, this is how I show off that these are not edited or scripted sometimes, because I completely have a brain fart. Whatever, I will post a link to the working paper below, which is the working paper is a specific critique of a group of academics who work on water and hydrohegemony. So it's also a critique of hydrohegemony and of this group, but it presents the academic hegemony traps. So you can have a gander if you like, whatever. It's quite easy to read. I think. Oh God, maybe not. Whatever, I'd be interested to know if you think it's quite easy to read, and if it's not, I'm falling into the traps, so yell at me. So we'll present those traps, and then maybe talk a little bit more about some hydrohegemony issues that came up particularly out of this conference, and issues of contesting hegemony. And then I am also currently starting a co-authored paper with another person who helped organize this workshop on hydrohegemony around environmental impact assessments. So a process, I'm going to explain it before we do it, whatever. EIAs, a big thing that happened when you're going to do some big development or like put a big piece of infrastructure or program in most countries, very tied to international development. We're going to look at EIAs in really politicized, securitized situations, and how the participation, participatory consultancy, those kind of things, that processes that are part of most EIAs play out in those situations. I'm going to stop explaining it or I'll do the episode. So probably I will chat through some of those ideas and talk about what we're writing up on that. Other things I can do. Oh, and then there's the little thing called dissertation, which I should probably start thinking about in some coherent way, and potentially ask you for ideas and whatnot. I think, yeah, I gave a basic overview of it. So we'll start delving into some of those issues as well. And along the way, there will be a few non-relevant rambling moments of here's what Becca's been doing lately, because I am traveling and doing quite a lot of other random things in the next several months. But just to say, there are series in plan that hopefully have some kind of actual use and or semi-coherence to them, as coherent as this ever is. If you have, I've kind of hit what I would see as kind of the major easy, obvious things to explain from the disciplines that I mostly do. But if you have theories you want to learn about, if you have schools of thought you want to hear about, if there are academic disciplines you want a 5-minute overview of, there are random things in life, if you would like me to blah, 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 blah about a certain poem or song, like whatever, I'm open. So give a shout. Comment, Facebook, tweet, whatever you'd like at me, and we'll build it in there. It's not like there's actually a plan anyway. So, anyway, but I do hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry that I've been off the grid more or less lately, but hopefully gonna try and rectify that.